Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Aziz Drives. Today we have something very interesting, and it's the Lamborghini Huracan, or the code name LP610-4. If you want to find out about the driving experience, make sure to check out the link up here and stick to the end to find out about all the interesting things on the exterior and interior of the Lamborghini Huracan. So until now you have surely found out that the Lamborghini Huracan and the Audi R8 share the same platform, but they couldn't be more different from the outside. The Italian genes, the beauty of Lamborghini, is here to be seen and witnessed by all of us. So what I think is very interesting is they use a lot of corners in their design. So they have a lot of hexagons, like 6 points, or for example here 5 points in the headlights. Down here you can see the resemblance from everything. The headlight kind of looks the same as the cutouts on the trunk here, for example. Also down there where the air flows through, it looks all in those rectangular and triangular shapes. It's very interesting to look at. Then of course the beautiful bull Lamborghini in the front, and the openings and cuts to cool the engine, to press the car down, to make it more aerodynamic. It's very, very beautiful. Then you come to the side and you have a actually very beautiful wheel. I love the wheel design of Lamborghini. Lamborghini and Alfa Romeo, for example, have the most beautiful wheels that you can put on your wall in your home as a piece of art. It looks absolutely beautiful. And as mentioned, they use this hexagon design even on the wheels. So you always have like those 6 points where it resembles the design. 245 millimeters in width, 30 in height, and 20-inch wheel at the front, 385 millimeter disc, and 6 caliper pistons, carbon ceramic brakes. The magic though starts here. This is what is very interesting. Again, the 6 points here, the dots even on the window, even on the rear mirrors here, beautiful, very nice. Then even on the door handles, when you open up the car, they come out in a very beautiful way. Let me show you that. Tuck, you see that? For you to access easily, or your lady of course. Then you come to the back, and this is where magic happens, because the car doesn't have a spoiler. It's a spoilerless design, but they have air intakes and beautiful elements to cool the engine and press the car down. For example, we have the air intake here, and we have the cooling here. So the air flows while you're driving and cools the engine. Then of course down here we have another opening. It's as big as the side of my hand. Look at that, on the side skirt opening, air flows through here, cools the brakes, for example. Very interesting. And at the back again, a beautiful wheel, 305 in the width and 355 millimeter brake discs, carbon ceramics. Actually, if it weren't carbon ceramics, the brakes wouldn't be even that expensive. You could replace them with steel brakes for an easy money. This, of course, carbon ceramic brakes, catastrophic in replacement. Then in the back, this is where I think a lot of us do not have the same opinion on the back of the Lamborghini. So in my perspective, it looks very interesting. It's a very interesting looking car, but I wouldn't say that I think it's a beautiful rear end. It's really extrovert, but not that beautiful. What I can say though is that it speaks languages, especially the 4 exhaust pipes. I mean, look at that. Round shaped exhaust pipes, very, very nice, and an incredible sound that you're going to hear later. But what I don't like is this kind of plastic rear bumper, man. It reminds me of the C6 Corvette, when you could actually press into the back of it. Just cheap plastic. Let me open the bonnet and reveal to you this beautiful, magnificent, naturally aspirated V10. So the engine has the code name L539. It's a 5.2 liter V10 engine, naturally aspirated, has 610 horsepower and 560 Newton meters of torque, able to accelerate the car from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds, 0 to 200 takes 9.9 seconds, and it tops out at about 325 kph. Fuel consumption, as I have found out, about 13 to 14 liter. Lamborghini says you can drive it at 12.1 liters. All right, so now have a listen. Normally when I have keyless go, I would just go up to the car and it would open automatically, but here you have to press this key for it to give you the door latch so you can open it and get inside. Normally when you open the window, you just have to press the button down or up. Here I have to press down to close it, and I have to press up to open it. If you want to open the engine bay, you have to get inside the car, you have to put the car at least into ignition, and then you can press the button here that is actually going to open the bonnet. While we're at it, we have to talk about the most annoying thing on the Lamborghini Huracan, and it's the amount of plastic used. Have a look at that. That is an oasis of plastic, cheap plastic. Then on the rear bumper, plastic. Let's go to the opening here where the air goes through to cool the engine. Plastic. And let's have a seat here, for example, and look at that. First point of touch is the door handle. This is aftermarket because it would be plastic. And then the whole center console, plastic. I mean, 250,000 for this amount of plastic. That is really annoying. Welcome to the interior of the Lamborghini Huracan. So the first look is of course absolutely incredible. When you get inside this car, you think you're in a spaceship. Everything looks very interesting. You have all of those Hexagon styled elements here in the middle, for example. The whole dashboard is just very fancy and very Air Force striker-like, so very interesting. But then on the second look, you see which materials they have used. While we have some beautiful elements like the leather and the red stitchings here, and also this beautiful steering wheel, which is fully covered in Alcantara, we have this center console here that looks very nice and has some leather elements like here, where you rest your knee on. But other than that, everything in the middle is just pure plastic. Even those beautiful buttons here that look very fancy, also again in this rectangular and hexagon style. Here the whole middle part here, the passenger bag and stuff like that, and Lamborghini logo where you sit and you look at it, it's plastic. It's just so much plastic. The seats are very comfortable, they feel beautiful. Of course they have to be covered in leather, it's a Lamborghini, but other than that I just don't like the materials. But the looks are incredible, really, it's incredible. And also the infotainment system is somewhat logical. It's an Audi infotainment system, you're getting used to it. Connecting it to Bluetooth, etc., it's a little bit complicated. Using the screen in the middle is also a little bit complicated with those buttons here with the MMI, and then you have kind of some odd placed elements, like for example the indicators. They are right here on the steering wheel, left and right, just like on a Ferrari, for example. And also the windscreen wipers are also placed here in the middle, so you don't have that full control. I don't like that too much. Then to change the screen in the middle here, you have buttons down on the left side, and here you have a full center console to change the appearance. So everything is a little bit complicated. Then you have this fancy looking start button. It looks very fancy. You press it, you get the car in, and then you have the reverse kind of odd placed position. I mean, I wish this would be just drive, you know, you just pull it, you're in drive, and you press a button, you're in the reverse. And then when you want to park it, you have this very odd placed button here. It's really, I don't know, it's a little too much for me. It's a little too much. It's too much thrown into here, make everything look like a fighting jet, all the buttons, etc. But I think it lost a little bit this Italian touch and the beauty. This is just my opinion. I mean, it's a Lamborghini. It's a fantastic car and it's crazy to drive, but it just doesn't feel right for me. Yeah, and that's about it for the interior. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to have a look at our driving's review and experience, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.